and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to do a Neocolor 2 today. I've not played with my Neocolor 2s in a long time, and I'm working in Colouring Heaven Mermaid Special. Now this is the Anastasia Cold Reaver one, and I picked this page to do. Now instead of just using the actual books, because I do own all of the books and I adore them, they're terrible with any sort of water colour, anything like that. They're not good. So I thought I'd do it in I thought I'd do it in this magazine instead. Now I want to masking tape the edges purely because I don't want to get it on the page behind. Even though I've got a plastic sheet behind there, I still do want to protect the page. I'm hoping this masking tape's going to be alright. It's the one that I've got to hand, so let's see. I just want to put a slight border around it. Now the background I want to be turquoises and pops of purple as well, just to go with the rest of the illustration. And I've used a mixture of Albert Dürer watercolour pencils, Derwent drawing pencils and polychromos. Now I have filmed all of this, but I filmed it of an evening, so I've not cut it long enough. Am I going to be able to get away with this? I hate wasting masking tape. I'm going to have to pull a little bit off at the top. Yeah, so I was recording it last night, and I've said before that I don't really record much at night because I can't expect my husband to stay completely quiet, so I'll mute it because we were chatting and I was watching TV and stuff as well. But I have recorded it, and I'll probably add this actually to the end of it, and then you can see it all done, all in one. But yeah, I enjoyed doing this last night. It was just easy, and that skin was so easy. It's not the smoothest of skin. I'll bring you closer in a second. It's not the smoothest of skin, but it does the job, and I think it looks pretty. If I just move the camera down ever so slightly, I'll just show you, then I'll move you back up. But yeah, it's not the smoothest of skins, but it did the job. I mean, if you were really patient with the pencils, you could get such a beautiful effect. But yeah, I'm Mrs. Impatient, and I just want the picture, especially bits that I don't particularly like colouring, and I have my favourites and they change each month. So what am I going to do about the top one? I might have to try a different masking tape for the top. Now I'll just use this duct tape, but I will pop it on my pants first before applying it, just to take some of the tackiness off. A couple of times there. Now I did get asked a couple of times as well where I got my acrylic cases from, and it was a shop called Mugia in the Trafford Centre, but I've actually seen them in Primark for like $1/4 of the price. So if you just go down the makeup section, it's just there. I've got all these little bits of bobs to do as well, but I'll do that once the watercolour part is dry. So yeah, I'll probably do that tiny bit off camera, and like a fingernails and stuff as well. So I'll just pick some colours out that might be a bit light. So that's nice turquoise, which is, I struggle reading these, cobalt blue, blue sapphire, no I don't want that one. And then we have, I can't see the name of that because I've ripped the crayon, the paper off it, unfortunately. But them two, oh, they're not similar actually. And that's greenish blue. So I just want a lighter one. I just want a lighter turquoise, which I don't think I've got. I don't think I've got. I think that might be too green. I'll just show you what I'm looking at here. They look so vibrant on camera. And that's too much on the blue side. There's not a nice in between. I think the only colours that I'm missing now are like grey colours, because I bought most of these open stock, I knew that I wouldn't use the grey colour all that much, but I don't think I'm missing a turquoise, so that I'll have to do. And then a couple of pops of purple. We've got a violet and periwinkle blue. Let's see how we get on with them. I'm just a bit nervous about that green colour, because ideally I wanted it matching. It might be better off with that actually. Yeah, I'll switch with that. I'm a bit nervous about that colour. So you'll have to bear with me. I have not used nail colour in the longest time. I'm wondering whether I should put clips at the side. I have purchased some more clips as well. After me saying that the other day, I have bought a decent little set off Amazon. So I'm just going to go straight ahead. Again, not worry too much. Now, this isn't the best paper. It's not bad, but it's not the best. So I will have to be careful how much water I'm popping down. I'll probably just have to put enough on just to activate the colour, and then I'm going to dab it with my finger. So I have got a cloth as well at the side of me to use. I've still got paint on my fingers from painting the fence. I do apologise. It's very difficult to get off. I had a shower yesterday after I'd finished, and then a bath yesterday evening, and I've still got little bits left in my nails. So it is what it is. So in with that lightest blue, which is light cobalt blue. It definitely is light, this one. It's barely even picking up on camera. Super duper light. And then with this turquoise, I wish there was a lighter shade of this, just a little bit lighter. That would have been nice. Cobalt blue. Hopefully it goes down a little bit lighter. And it might take 2 layers or so. We'll see how much we get off it, because these I'll call them pencils then, these crayons are so pigmented. I mean, I don't think I'll need to replace any of these colours ever. They'll just last for so long, and if you keep the sharpenings as well off them in a little palette, you can make your own little watercolour palette. Some of this purple. That matches perfectly with the squid part. Or is that octopus? Squid? Octopus? I think it's octopus. I think they're bigger. Tentacles. Couldn't think of the word then. I was watching a documentary the other day, funnily enough, about them. They were saying that we found one of the biggest ones, a giant squid. Not as big as like the myth ones that they say that take down boats, like pirates and stuff, not like that. But it was still big. I mean, I wouldn't like to have met it. Got a thing with big fish. I don't mind sharks or dolphins or anything like that, but I don't like big fish. They scare the life out of me. That's the only thing about going to aquariums that I don't like. So this one is more on the greenier side. But again, sometimes these can be deceptive. So you've seen the way that I'm laying it down, you know, it's not meant to be perfect. I'm not about perfection on this channel, I'm about having fun. As long as it looks good, then I'm happy. My washing machine sounds like it's going to take off. I think it's just finishing. So we'll go ahead and use the bigger ones. Now, what brand are these? I think they're the Kuretake ones. I think, are they? yeah, I'm due some new ones of these now. I've had these over a year and they're just starting to fray now, so I think it is almost time. So my cloth, believe it or not, this is clean. It went through the washing machine yesterday, and because of the amount of ink and stuff that I use, it's just completely stained it. I had it on washing line yesterday. The neighbours must have thought I was crazy. So I'm not worrying too much about going over the illustration itself. So as I'm going, I'm tapping. It does create this really cool effect. But I'm going to add bleach to this. That's my new thing at the minute. I've been doing it with my watercolour. Now I don't know how this paper is going to react. It might be an epic fail. But if you don't try, then you don't know, do you? But yeah, it's been working really well on some of my galaxy paintings that I've been doing. I think I've just gone over a thumb. Oh dear. Never mind. Let's work on this side again. I think instead of going over with another layer, I might just take the colour straight off the crayon. I think that's a better idea actually. See what I mean? I'm not being overly careful. But I'm going to add more. Maybe even some of my new glitter paints. But I don't know how they're going to react with the bleach. So bear with me. Bear with me. I made the stupid mistake of using the bleach the other day. Luckily I was using a cheap brush. And I forgot to take the brush out and clean it, and I left it in overnight outside, and I came down the next morning to use the same bleach and it's completely eaten the brush, and I mean completely. There was no bristles left, so I was just thanking that I didn't use a really expensive brush. I would have been crying. Yeah, but luckily I was smart enough not to use a really expensive one. Right, so let's just add some colour randomly. So I'll use the back. So I'll just wet the crayon at the back. Just like that. I'll do this with a couple of colours. It's a pretty cool effect. I think it is anyway. Yep, I was right, the washing machine is finished. Quick, get it out on the line. The best out with all these energy bills going up. I've been wishing for the good weather just to put stuff on the line. A little bit here. Makes a song and dance, that washing machine, for you when it's finished a load. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting happy with this. Just a little bit more purple I think, but we're going with the lighter purple. Just make sure that's well activated. I'm quite happy with that. If it feels like I'm rushing, it's because I am, because I need the paper slightly wet to do this bleach. Now again, I use one of my cheaper brushes, and this is just a tiny bit of bleach, a couple of drops mixed with water in an old glass shot jar that we brought back from Cancun when we got married. And I just use it for paint and bleach and stuff now. So like I said, I don't know how this is going to work on this paper, and I might have to leave it for a little while. I can see it doing something, but when I'm using this on watercolour paper, it's sort of instant, the effect that you get. I did share on Instagram actually me doing this, if you're interested, on the stories, because I thought it was so interesting. And then what I'll do now, I will leave it to just completely dry, because using the bleach and the heat gun makes me really nervous. So I'll let this naturally dry, get on with something else, and then I will come back to you. So the bleach unfortunately hasn't really done much, as you can see, but on watercolour paper I promise it works. I promise it works. But I'm going to pop a little bit of sparkle on. Now I did feature these in my last video, or the one before. These Etsy watercolour paints, I think they're an absolute bargain for the price. £18, or a little bit less than £18 for the whole 50 colours and the tin. I will link that video in the description or somewhere up here for you to have a little nosy at. I just want to add this in random places and do the same thing and just tap it with my finger. Just to add a little bit of something else. And then some of this beautiful purple. The only thing I think it's missing is a true turquoise colour in this palette. But I mean, all the other colours that you're getting, I think it's so worth it. What about this dark purple? That's pretty. So we'll have to leave this to completely dry before I even think about taking that tape off. Otherwise it'll rip the paper. A little bit more purple, add a little bit more blue, and I think that'll be it for this page. This one's really pretty, this one. And I think I don't want to go overboard with the shiny stuff. Let's blend that out a little bit. But I'll lift it up to the camera. I will actually put my little lamp on, and then I can show you the shine. So here we go. Whoa. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So these are the paints. Again, really lovely paints for the money. Then this is the page. You can see them sparkling. I just think it adds a little bit of something. So like I said, I will leave this to completely dry and then take all the masking tape off. But if you want to see how I coloured this, then I'm going to put that video with this video, fast forward it all together, and then you can see the whole process. But please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.